stage via that wild card. Lil Gun shared that they are looking forward to facing APBR, and be careful from what you are wishing. Your wish has been just granted. The Filipino champions are now up against you.
All right, here we see now the first pick. What's this gonna be here? Gold lane? Or they can save it. Actually, I suggest y'all save it. Save it to protect him.
I agree.
Oh.
They don't.
Oh, that's a really early carry. Who's she supposed to burst down? Just the Baxia so far?
The box, yeah.
Anyone with the help of the hard guard, I think, could be bursted down. The thing is, they have a Kaja, so anyone locked down will get shredded out of the Land of Dawn almost instantaneously once we get into that later stage. And honestly, I understand why they didn't go for something of normal picks for Bebex here, because the only hero that's left for him, it's Brody. And the Terizla, right now, it's still up for grabs. That's a very good counter to the Brody. Kind of takes him out of the game.
But for you, Leo, why do you think that they saved the jungler for last?
Because they're more confident in the Kaja carry combo. They know that this will help them scale into the late game. They know that it'll help them get the pickoffs more safer than the Brody. And here now, APBR says, you know what, we're going to close it up with a lineup that literally anyone can get the heart guard. I mean, save for the Minotaur, that's a huge waste of a resource. But yeah, no, you put the Pakito into Flapteezy's hands, you're in for a good time. They close up with the Akai. Solid lineup from both teams. I'm liking how Team Lil Gun is playing with initiative. Again, they pick their fights, they know they want to burst down, and they can do that via so many angles of attack. APBR though, they are a blunt force weapon. They are a sledgehammer. They are a shield used to wreck skulls on the battlefield. I'm liking their approach here, and it should set the pace here. I'm pretty caught down in the middle, given that it's a carry. I like the carry pick from Team Lil Gun.
Same.
Yeah, I do also like the carry pick here. She can melt down Baxia. Not just that, joining here and converting Angela from the Roving Duty to the mid lane. Now you can add upon that one more tanky hero, which is the Minotaur. Going into the Land of Dawn, introduce us to this game, Miracle.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Dawn for game number 1.
5 seconds.
The fate of this group lies in this match. In this game, it all starts here.
The game starts and both teams have a lot of responsibilities. Team APBR with the hopes and with the wishes, with the prayers of Team Brimmy's Ghouls right now, and Team Lil Gun having their first appearance on the world stage. They might just make it through if they won this game, if they won this match totally, and advance to the playoffs.
Initial rotations showing APBR went for the orange check. Oh, Gwyn.
Early advancements from Lil Gun, but even going to be punished. Flapteezy jumps in with a good dash forward, and both flickers from the roamers will be burnt out.
That's a roam for roam resource trade. Looking at the emblems here, so far we can see that Aizen is playing with the fighter emblem, so he is going to use a little bit of the spell vamp. He is willing to go toe-to-toe against Flapteezy. Something to note as well is the Wilderness Blessing advantage from Team Lil Gun. So they know that they're going to be crossing the river more often. They're going to be trying to support their side lanes faster and sooner, much like this.
No flicker for Ogwin, still able to escape with the help of the shield unity from Calteezy as Flapteezy rotates over. Saxora caught in enemy lines. Aizen flickering forward, looking for an exchange, finds one, but now he's caught as well. Morbid providing some support. Aizen again with a vengeance. 2 times getting the sustain. Ethan body blocking, but now Few ties him up. Shield unity to the back, finding another. Now it's Ethan and Forbid caught under siege. It's another kill from Forbid, and it ends up just being a 3-4-2. But wow, what a fight.
The damage from the Ghost Bursters stacked up. Again, the more targets there are, the more damage you're going to output, even in this very early stage of the game, under 2 minutes before that turtle spawned. We're already looking at a bloodbath. 3 and 2 at 2 minutes. First builds here, Swift Crossbow on to Marco. And you're seeing here, Bebex just isn't built to fight just yet. Kyle Teasy has a physical defense.
Even with the heavy spin, it's a brilliant Minions Fury to help Kyle Teasy find that red tree. And now with the help of the hard guard, Kyle wants to go for more, going into enemy territory to get a little bit more of a lead.
After draining the resources out of both teams, that was what I expected to see in the team fight. Minotaur couldn't find his way out, neither Few and also Aizen at this moment. Aizen yesterday said that he was embarrassed. Oh, not Aizen, sorry. I kind of got confused because there's an Arlet. Flapteasy said that he was embarrassed by the performance he made up by the Arlet, even though he was one of the most effective, if not the most effective out of AB Brand's team. But today it seems like he's taking another route to 0-1. He's dealing the burst damage at its finest in front of us.
And looking so far at the performance of these two teams, at how Team Lil Gun are actually ramping up for that power spike on to Bebex, it's hard to find the window because if the damage is real, it's going to have to be AP Brand overcommitting. Look at this.
Kyle's just walking Forbid down, forcing a Netherrealm and a heavy spin. Two massive resources, but also AP Brand did use two ultimates as well. So far, they're holding strong onto this lead, 1.2k.
See, until Team Lil Gun are ready to ride on the Bebex Express, then that's the only time AP Brand will have to respect that. Because right now, damage-wise, they only have Forbid earlier. That's how they got the 2 kills, right? Only if Forbid is able to Ghost Bursters out AP Bren, that's the only real reliable source of damage. Magic-wise, physically, it's so easy to build physical damage protection. You have your... Oh, wait.
Forbid.
Forbid!
Okay, he has a flicker. You held your breath there, but he has a flicker.
He spent it. So, what I'm saying is you have your basic pants, you have your Dreadnought armor, and this is more than enough to ramp up AP Bren into a power spike in the mid-game.
And with all this heal for Team AB Bren, the Nicholas of Durance triggered by Forbid is a kill.
It should be, and Kyle just takes it alone under the turret.
Wow, that was so fast. That was so fast from Team AB Bren right there. But it seems like Team AB Bren just haven't shown us how much aggressive they can get. And Flaptease is just revealing the map, giving some vision, cutting some lanes. And I don't know about you guys, but Aizen seems like he's having trouble on that XP lane.
Yeah, no, I mean, your opponent moves much faster, your opponent deals more damage, and of course, burst-wise, Flapteasy is winning that matchup. The only real lead Team Lil Gun has in the XP lane is the fact that if it's a team fight, then Aizen can be more of an impact player. But AP Bren is denying that. AP Bren is just coming in wanton, assaulting Team Lil Gun's mid-game weakness, because it's not until, again, Bebex is ready that when they can punish.
Oh, Kyle is playing with fire there.
They're living in Lil Gun's jungle. Wait for it. Give it a minute.
Well, I'm just waiting for Ethan to trigger his Divine Judgment upon Ogwyn when he triggers his ult, because this is the moment that I think that Team Lil Gun is building up to. But looking here at the stats, Team AB Bren are having the best of the gold advantage, and also 2 turtles.
See, even that might be trouble, because if you hit the Divine Judgment onto the Minotaur, isn't that a losing fight already?
No, but when he's in the middle of using his ult, it's not.
Well, Sora is in the middle of using his ult. Heavy spin to disengage. Forbid gets out. Sparely, though, gets poked out. And what happened?
Oh.
Where was that? It's a kill
over
in the mid lane. Flapteasy got it with the help of Few, but I think the damage alone was enough just by Flap.
That's right. Spears over... Fists over Spears up top. Woo!
It's a flicker defensively by Ethan. Forbid bringing him back. Not just yet, though. Marco gets the help of the hard guard. Is able to get out of that CC, and it's turret number 1 in both top and bottom.
Yeah, Super Marco is now having the best out of Team AB Bren. He's getting all the help he needs, even more than he needs. He might just change. No, he doesn't even needs to change lanes. He can now move with the formation. He can now wait for the engage, and he can now wait for the crowd control coming from Ogwyn.
All right, as we leave the laning phase here, approaching 7 minutes, 3rd turtle of the game. Good news and bad news. Bad news is it's not looking for Team Lil Gun at all. This is a difficult position to be in, especially against a team like AP Red who knows how to finish games. Oh, good news is...
How?
He just whipped Ogwyn and he found it with the passive. That's a magical play right there, but Kyle Teasy has none of that. Doesn't want to take it. Goes on to Bebex with the shield unity. Oh my, can we talk about that? What?
Yep. He was just tapping. All right.
Did it just transfer all over the map?
That has to be the best steal I've seen in an M series. No, that's so weird.
Yeah, indeed. It was so weird to see. But it Seeing, like, look, we have spoken about how much AB Bren are now advanced in the game. How can Team Lil Gun come back from that?
Yeah, no, it's just a matter of AP Bren overextending, allowing Team Lil Gun to get their damage in through Bebex. And they're built for that. They're built for that. It's just when is it going to happen, right? Team Lil Gun need to wait a little longer. And I guess that's why they're holding on and maybe going for the steals.
Just with a dive, Aizen, the XP laner, the durable guy on the team, gets melted. And it's Few who picks up the kill. Now a fleeting time built up in the 8th minute of the game.
Yeah, I wouldn't choose to be in Aizen's shoes right now. He's struggling in both top lane and bot lane, and Super Marco seems like he's flying freely through all the map.
Yep. Again, back to how maybe Team Lil Gun can come back, right? They have Forbid, they have Bebex, still haven't both died, so that means they have a pretty respectable amount of farm, and you can assume that they're closest to their nets. Speaking of which, 1,000 behind is Bebex, and as for Forbid, yeah, no, just right on par with Few here. So with that said, you have the farm on the right people. Save for maybe Flapteasy. He's going to be the X factor. He's going to be the impact player right now, as he has been for the past 8 minutes.
Oh, Kyle's brought back all the way to Divine Judgment as well. Locks him down under the turret. Bebex. Thrown away by Flap. That's going to be Calteasy, who falls. A flicker backwards from Bebex. And Sixora jumps in again. Now with the help of another round. The heavy spin. Flap! A flicker and a punch to knock Bebex out of the back. And now it's Forbid, who's forced to flicker defensively as well. Team Lil Gun, did they win that?
The Filipino cannon just body hunting. I mean, it is a win to shut down Coyote's streak, but just the same, you slow down Bebex. That death on Bebex here at the 9-minute mark isn't where you want to be, but just the same, I mentioned it already, Flapteasy, who's to stop him? Who's to stop him? Are you going to commit the heavy spin? Are you going to commit the Divine Judgment? Are you going to save a singular carry with the Netherrealm for that? You need that for those bigger engages.
And you can see where he's positioning already in that bush. Aizen spots him out, but he's 2 levels ahead. Final slash, bringing him back into turret range.
Zixora.
Meanwhile, the bottom lane, Zixora looking for a steal now, gets isolated and taken down. Meanwhile, Flap, who was isolated as well, gets out easily.
Delaying the inevitable, he goes down, Zixora. He was trying for that steal with a heavy spin maybe, but Team AB Bren was just there to zone him out. Team Lil Gun, are they able to defend with such lead for AB Bren?
No, the firepower from AP Bren is a little too reliable. It's easier for them to engage, and it's Team Lil Gun who have to go for the turn. They have to expose AP Bren to their true damage, and truth be told, they're not quite there yet. Looking at Bebex, he only has the Corrosion Scythe, only has the Golden Staff, and that's about it compared to Super Marco, who is almost 2,000 gold ahead of him, has 3 core items now. 3 core items. Even Aizen, who hasn't been having the best game, right? We admit that. 1-for-1 on an Arlet. Even him alone is not able to stop Super Marco, because Super Marco still has the roses. He can cleanse anything that Team Lil Gun bring on. So the best thing for Team Lil Gun to do is to hunker down on their base. Wait for that next window. Wait for them to allow AP Bren to overextend and maybe hit someone with a heavy spin. Push him in too deep.
Yeah, layer by layer, turret by turret. Team AB Bren right now, they put Team Lil Gun to the defense duty. They cannot go out of that enhanced inhibitor turrets, but here comes my question. Team Lil Gun at this moment, will they be able to defend 1 crossbow of Tang if Super Marco triggered it? Because so far, we haven't seen him flying.
Divine Judgment, now it's Ogwen under the turret. Sora trying to zone with a heavy spin, now pins them down. Ogwen still has immortality. Aizen baited to the back line. Meanwhile, Kyle brought back again under the turret. Aizen, that's a crossbow attack. Your question will be answered. It's Super Marco on the back, deleting, melting them down, but only finding 1.
Okay, to answer the question, yes, if they juggle their HP bars the way they did now. They knew that there was just barely enough to keep them alive. But AP Bren!
They're just going in. Zixora now going to be immobilized, then taken out. It's Flap going massive. A knockout strike to zone Ethan away, but now it's going to be Bebex dealing some damage back. Marco, he doesn't care. He wants to go in. 1v3, no problem. He likes those odds. A killing spree for Super Marco.
It's as if Marco wasn't enough. The true core for AP Bren. It was all started by Flapteasy coming in like Ipo Makunochi, coming in with the Dempsey roll, threatening bodies, and they took 2 on the way out, plus that inhibitor. AP Bren, they know that they're playing with time here. They know that if it extends to a longer game time, Team Lil Gun might actually have a chance.
Wow, AB Bren at this moment, they like living on the line. They were almost dead, mostly 3 of them, yet they committed to the team fight until the very end. Super Marco with 308, he's now a force of nature. At this moment, it's so hard to stop against the crossbow of Tang, but what's harder is to get into this Lord area because it looks to be a prevented area by AB Bren. They have drawn the line, but a conceal is committed.
One final play, a desperate play, called in by Lil Gun. This is the big gun coming in, and they find the Lord, but they get knocked up. Now
Super
it's them
Marco
losing another realm HP. Ethan buys immortality in time, but it's still going to be Forbid who loses out on his life. Ethan chased down Divine Judgment to buy some time. He loses another immortality. Aizen is running for the hills, and look who's chasing him. It's Ogwen. It's the Minotaur, delaying him from the recall while the rest of the team deals with the waves.
The big guns get responded to by the big bull. Look at this. He knows he's not going anywhere. Ogwen knows he has his man. He's under house arrest.
What? That's why he has the title Super. He's not just Marco. Zixora gets out, and now the turret in mid lane.
They don't just call him Super Marco for no reason, man.
Nope.
You see this? This means hope. That means APBR are hoping that this game ends soon because they did not expect. Are we just going to allow that to go under the radar because Zixora stole the Lord?
Final slash. Truly is going to be the final slash for him here as APBR take him down for the 6th time in this game.
Seems like there is no kryptonite that can stop Super Marco at this point. Team Lil Gun are falling down to the pressure. They cannot keep up with the momentum. Team AB Bren at this moment, they are dealing so much damage that Team Lil Gun cannot do anything but to take it and wait until this late game. Will Ethan be the solution here, Leo?
Oh, Ethan, you're talking about this Kaja that currently has fleeting time, is playing with the Immortality's cooldown. I'd say he's the key to this, but alone being the solution, I don't think so. I still think you're looking at Bebex. Bebex is your only way out of the situation. You have to allow for him to win against Kyle TZ and Flap TZ first.
Do you think who has the most goal? Do you see how it's the XB?
That's right. Yeah, no. That's because Flapty's been doing this job since minute 1. He's been pushing the tempo. He's been forcing Team Lil Gun to play to his pace, and that's why APBR are ahead this fast.
Team Lil Gun's not looking good for them. They can find an opening. They have a lot of crowd control, but yet the execution is key. 10K, almost 10K behind, 8K behind right now in terms of the gold and in terms of the damage dealt. No one can stop against Super Marco. As I told you, there's no kryptonite with Team Lil Gun so far. Recalling, as the MPLID likes to call it. Tas.
Enjoying their time here with an 8,000 gold lead. Welcome Zixora to the death bush of AP Bren. He'll just spin around and get out.
Oh, that's tough. That's a good amount of time that they don't have the heavy spin. At least for sure, until this Lord comes up in about 15, they will not have a heavy spin.
Team Lil Gun, I'm trying to think with you. I'm trying to find a solution. I'm trying to look at the items at some point, but it doesn't seem anywhere near possible for me so far. It's nearly impossible, but that's how it takes. That's what it takes to win a team like AB Bren. It needs you to achieve the impossible. At the bot lane right now, spotted from Team Lil Gun. They are away from the Lord. They leave it easily, they leave it freely, but yet they release some of the pressure.
Until Team Lil Gun has their items built, the only real clapback they have against AP Bren is inside their base. They're going to have to use their structures and their base to be able to close that gap. But aside from that, they can't fight AP Bren toe-to-toe the way it's happening now.
When it comes to the base defending, I think that one final slash can make a difference for Team Lil Gun, but not to mention that Kaja so far haven't caught Super Marco. He haven't found his way to take Super Marco out.
You gotta go through 4 dudes. You gotta go through Ogwen, you gotta go through Flap, you gotta go through Few and Kyle TZ, and Few can be anywhere at any time.
The screening, man. Ogwen spotted that from a mile away,
Kyle.
and now bonk is the pinch down. Kyle TZ, Shield Unity, heavy spin, bringing him back all the way to the turret. The base turret now locked down with the Divine Judgment as well, but Ogwen finds a 4-man. That's even more. The Nether Realm
crossbow
has
Tang.
been taken out instantly with a crossbow Tang only getting 1 member low. Ethan still has his immortality intact, and it's going to be Little Gun who actually are able to stop APBR from doing more damage to the base. But the Lord, he's done enough.
That's right. The turrets are able to equalize the engagement, but just like that, APBR are back on it.
Flap jumping in, final slash, bringing it back. Mortality by the Winter Truncheon, now popping in. Zixora going to be knocked up right now. The crossbow Tang is ready again, but he's not. He doesn't have it on cooldown. Winter Truncheon by Aizen, buying some more time as the Ghost Bursters does its work. Bebex bursts into Marco. It's going to be the true damage that gets him out now. Shredding Calteezy, the base wide open. Flap Teezy boxes the base and takes game number 1.
The Philippines champion takes game number 1 against the Mongolian downloaders. Will things look good? Will the virus be installed? That's the question.
I think you mean Le Champion. And I'm going to say it now. I'm going to call it now. That was an MVP performance for the Filipino Cannon, Flap Teezy, much like his MPL Philippines Season 12 Grand Finals performance when he was awarded Series MVP. What he did here from minute 1 up until the end, that's exactly what every single Paquito out there wishes to do.
World class, world class. That's what APBR have shown us, world class. But the history so far speaks for Team Lil Gun. They always lose the first match and then reverse sweep.
That's what I was trying to get to earlier. Good news and bad news is bad news. Not a good situation to be in. Early, mid to late, Lil Gun was struggling. But good news is they're known to do this.
Yeah.
They're known to do this, and even in the drafts, it seemed like it was possible for them to actually win or even learn a few things. I'm not so sure what they picked up from this, because this draft from APBR was super streamlined. It only wanted to do one thing, and that was run through Team Lil Gun. And they did just that with the lead of the person who had the wrong emblem. You gotta double check. Who is it? Which Teezy? This is the New Age Teezy brothers, by the way. Off of the back of Flap Teezy's Paquito, of course, 8-0-2.
Wow.
He went 0-7 yesterday, now he goes 8-0. He says, I can do both.
Now he's not embarrassed of the performance. He's now proud.
That's right. Look at his emblems this time around. Of course, a little bit of Spell Vamp, put stacks on that Festival of Blood. You got Agility, you got the Fighter emblem, and of course, a little bit of Quantum Charge to ensure that you lock in those kills that you're looking for. Here, early on, you know that Flap Teezy's ready to rumble already. A minute 45 in. He gets the kill, gets traded out for, but just the same, elsewhere on the map, when there's action going down, you can expect that Flap Teezy is already thinking ahead of time. He's already thinking of the next step, and see here, he's intercepting and looking for Bebex. He eventually finds him, but at first, force out the flicker, and then Bebex thinks he's safe. All right, eyes on Flap Teezy. We were watching the fight to the left, but what really mattered was what Flap Teezy was up to, because that's what put Team Lil Gun in the situation they're in right now. Look at Flap Teezy, always body hunting.
Yeah, and always coming from these unrevealed spots. He always look for a back line, but here, he, as you said, he loves it that way. Super Marco accepts this challenge, and at some point, as I told you, he was a force of nature.
Frederick, I think we missed that moment. We skipped it.
Which moment?
With the Lord. Oh, with the last turtle, we skipped it.
The Ethan steal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a window in time. I think we'll have to figure that out later on. But here you'll see in their last moments, Team Lil Gun was looking for the punish. Team Lil Gun was looking for the window wherein finally maybe Bebex can do all the damage.
Yeah.
He did win against Marco, but look at Flap. Eyes on the prize. Just finally just boxing that base down.
In a world where a lot of games have gone down to someone not hitting the base, Flap Teezy teaches everyone, hey, this is how you do it.
He's seen it all.
He's seen it all.
He's seen it all. Under 18 minutes, APBR was able to close the gap when finally there seemed to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Team Lil Gun was about to reload and regroup and reclaim. Just did not happen. It was all about APBR here. Looking at the final gold tally, this is actually a smaller gap than we were expecting, but just the same, it's because of that shutdown. The final kills from Team Lil Gun that were able to confirm their comeback. But Flap Teezy said, not on my watch.
Well, APBR right now, I can see that they have this double room going on around, and we have seen it earlier on today. But let me speak of something here that doesn't show in the statistics. Remember that Team Lil Gun is living on the edge alongside with Brimmy's Ghouls. They are now waiting for the next game so badly.
We're halfway through that possibility, the timeline that the Burmese want to live on.
Yeah.
I can hear the Burmese. Right after the base exploded, I can hear the Burmese.
You can
bro.
feel it, you can feel it.
Feel it.
The convention center just shook. And because of that, we are now on the edge of our seats, ladies and gentlemen. We're all hoping for the right timeline. We want the team that will give us the best matches in the knockouts to make it through. And it's down to this next game. Match point for APBR. Looking at the damage dealt, of course, majority of it going to come from Super Marco, because that's just what this lineup is all about. On the surface, it's a blunt force object. It's a sledgehammer. It is a, maybe I'd even dare say, Spartan phalanx. Is because at first it's very defensive, right? You want to have its rotations be dictated by the Baksha. Maybe Flapteezy able to put up an angle from an odd side, but it's always going to be very defensive. It's going to be very, very hard